Hello, friends. Naim Sidhu from Pakistan. Thank you for joining me. The headlines are clear. Pakistan is bleeding a staggering $5 billion in annual trade potential due to escalating conflict with Afghanistan. But this number is $5 billion is only the surface of profound strategic wound. Pakistan is not just losing exports, it's witnessing a catastrophic failure of foreign policy that is fundamentally redrawing the geoeconomic map of South Asia. In this episode, we unpack the two most dangerous outcomes of this crisis and why the use of force rather than diplomacy has created an existential threat to Pakistan's economic and strategic future. Let's discuss strategic loss, the collapse of Pakistan's easiest market for Pakistan. It's Afghanistan. It's not just another export destination, it's consistently one of its top 3 to 5 destinations, and arguably the easiest and least demanding market globally. Where else can Pakistan sell large volumes of low value and high bulk goods like cement, wheat, flour, and fresh produce, vegetables and fruits, perishable commodities, without facing aggressive international quality standards? We are discussing a market worth hundreds of millions annually for essentials like quinoa, citrus, mangoes, onions, and potatoes, all fresh fruits and vegetables. Now, the political decision to use punitive measures and close the border has instantly crippled these sectors, resulting in massive spoilage, unsold stock, and massive ruin for exporters and transporters. The third aspect is geopolitical backlash, the wave of resentment. This is the most critical and least discussed dimension of this whole issue. The loss of trade is being amplified by a dangerous wave of public resentment in Afghanistan. There have been repeated statements and clear signs that Afghan citizens are developing a profound hatred to Pakistan. Why? They cite the treatment of Afghan refugees, the recurring border closures, and the use of military action, specifically the reported airstrikes inside Afghanistan and Kabul. They ask, how can we rely on Pakistan as a partner when it uses its economic and military might against us? The economic shift is an accelerant for Afghanistan's drive towards economic self-sufficiency and the search for alternatives. For a country of 45 million, once Pakistan's captive market, this resentment is severe long-term geopolitical blow. When your closest market starts viewing you as an unreliable adversary, you have created a formidable problem for your own state. Now let's see the strategic loss. Number two, the permanent blockage of Central Asia. The second and perhaps most devastating strategic loss is the likely permanent closure of the Central Asian route. Pakistan's ambition to become the primary gateway for the resource-rich Central Asian republics to the Arabian Sea is being sabotaged by its policy volatility. When Pakistan uses its geography, specifically the border, as a weapon in a bilateral dispute, every regional player is watching. Tashkent, Astana, and Moscow all price in the risk. They are now actively seeking out alternative corridors through Iran and Turkmenistan to bypass a Pakistan that is seen as an unpredictable choke point. This is not just trade volume, this is about geoeconomics. By creating this uncertainty, Pakistan is handing its strategic regional integration goals to her competitors. Number 5 point I want to discuss is internal sabotage, the smuggling flood. Pakistan mourn the 5 billion loss. The policy deadlock is creating massive crisis inside Pakistan. The breakdown of formal trade channels provide the perfect environment for smuggling to explode. This informal trade is the silent killer of its economy. It's not Afghan goods, it's high value third country products like electronics, luxury textiles, and millions of gallons of tax-free Iranian petrol and oil, and even vehicles from Japan and Korean. That they are flooding Pakistan. This cripples Pakistan's own tax-paying industries, depriving the state of billions in essential tax revenue and fuels the illegal economy that tragically often overlaps with and funds militant networks. The next point is competitor. Who is winning the market share in geopolitics? A vacuum is instantly filled. While Pakistan is preoccupied with punitive border closures, its rivals are seizing the market. Iran, it's a new or major supplier of cement, flour, and fuel, capitalizing on Pakistan's volatility. Central Asian republics like Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan are becoming the reliable source for Afghanistan's most critical import, that is wheat and flour. This competition proves that Afghanistan is not without options and Pakistan's reliability is quickly degrading its competitive edge. Next point is micro impact crippled Pakistan industries. The impact on Pakistan livelihood is immediate. For example, cement industry, the sector which relied heavily on Afghan coal imports, subsequent exports to Afghanistan is now facing skyrocketing production costs and a collapse of primary foreign market. Pharmaceuticals, take this. This is a vital export for Pakistan's foreign exchange. Consignments of essential medicines are stuck, running the risk of expiry, causing dual losses. Financial to the industry and humanitarian to Afghan consumers. Agriculture. Pakistani farmers in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan in Punjab are seeing their perishable produce, the quinoas, the onions, the tomatoes, and apples destroyed, leading to mounting debt and despair. They are losing jobs, not just dollars. Well, force versus diplomacy. Now, let's see this. This leads to a critical strategic question. Was the use of force or the threat of force and economic leverage truly the best course of action for Pakistani policymakers? Will military action solve the entirety of its complex cross-border issues? A critical South Asian perspective demands we ask, will military action solve the entirety of its complex cross-border issues? A critical South Asian perspective demands we ask, would robust, persistent, and nuanced diplomacy focusing on shared economic stakes and security cooperation not have been a superior path? By choosing to escalate, Pakistan's policy elite risks alienating a neighbor forever. A neighbor who provides the easiest export access it has. In the pursuit of short-term security gains, Pakistan is creating a permanent long-term economic enemy. Let's see what Pakistani stakeholders should do. The time for silence is over. Pakistani exporters, industrialists, and farmers, those whose livelihood are directly impacted, you must pressure Pakistani policy establishment. You must lobby forcefully for a course correction. In matter of trade, even true brothers seek their own profit. Every country seeks to maximize its market. You can't afford permanently lose this vital market simply because of political posturing. The trade relationship must be decoupled from the daily security volatility. You must stabilize the border and restore commerce before the crucial market is lost forever. Oh, the new geoeconomic reality is that the $5 billion loss is strategic warning. The conflict with Afghanistan is not just a border issue. It's a rapid shift in the geoeconomic reality of South Asia. Unless Pakistan's policymaker prioritize the strategic advantage of connectivity and reliable trade over the temporary leverage of punitive measures, the cost will be measured not just in dollars, but in the lost generations of regional influence. Pakistan must choose policy stability and economic pragmatism to safeguard its future. I say thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and share for more content on global affairs from a South Asian perspective. Thank you.